Good evening, everyone. Yeah, cat. Welcome to the Brookby Family Athletics Awards Ceremony. It's an honor to gather here tonight as we celebrate the outstanding achievements of our student athletes. This event is a special opportunity to you, our generals, who have demonstrated exceptional dedication, leadership, and perseverance both in sport, academia, and in the broader contributions to Washington and Lee's community. Tonight we'll hear stories of resilience, excellence, and sportsmanship that represent the best of what it means to be a general. We thank you all for the roles that you've played in shaping the success we honor tonight. For tonight's first award, I would like to recognize the women's soccer team for being the most punctual team. If you're not first, you're last. Let's begin this celebration of excellence with opening remarks from Jan Hathorn, the Michael F. Walsh Director of Athletics.
Thank you, Sydney. Good evening, everyone. Hi, everybody. Nice spirit. Here we go. So before we begin our presentations, I want to take a moment to share some of my thoughts about this year in athletics. Throughout this evening, we will see and hear about all your successes and achievements over the past year in the classroom and in the sport or sports that you love. We'll be highlighting the moments when everything came together for you to achieve at the highest level. And you'll soon see you have had an outstanding year, and it is only appropriate that we celebrate. As with many accomplishments, there is a story behind the story of how you achieved what you achieved. When you pull apart all the steps taken to get there, there are a lot of ingredients at work to make it happen. Hard work, teamwork, sacrifice, discipline, to name a few. Yet there is one common ingredient through all of it that is something we don't often acknowledge, but is critical to your success, and that's failure. In athletics, we don't really like to talk about failure, and it's because we see it only as a negative word, or the worst thing that can happen to you. I mean, we compete to win, right? And whenever we don't win or we fall short of our goals, it feels like we failed. And we often feel ashamed, or we become fearful that we aren't as good as we think we are or as good enough. And there's truth in that fact that falling short of your goals and desires can be painful and scary and sometimes overwhelming. Yet I contend failure is one of the most powerful and positive teaching tools in our development, and we should talk about it a lot more often. Nelson Mandela says it like this: I never lose. I either win or I learn. To my way of thinking, failure is a necessary part of learning, of any educational moment, and it's the story behind the story because it's the fuel, or dare I say it's the process behind how you get to the outcomes you're pursuing. I recently read something that underscores what I'm trying to say here. In chapter 5 of his book, Failing Up, Leslie Odom Jr. talks about permission to fail. And in case you don't know, Mr. Odom is an actor who is probably best known for his performance in the role of Aaron Burr in the Broadway smash hit Hamilton. He argues that college students should be encouraged to try and fail. In his words, you should be encouraged to fall on your face, to fail in service to an ideal or a strong impulse. He says this because his own story is one of not failing enough, and not failing spectacularly enough, because he played it safe more than he risked it. He goes on to say, when you find yourself on the ground after a big leap, you dust yourself off and commit to failing smarter the next time. The path to moments of greatness in your life will be paved in part with your spectacular failures. Keep going. Get shame and fear out of your periphery as soon as you possibly can, and keep going. It's never too late to risk. There's no doubt we will be celebrating all kinds of records, firsts, wins, and outstanding accomplishments tonight. But I want to commend you for how you got there, for failing, or as Mr. Odom says, for failing up. Through spectacular failures, through falling short, getting up, dusting yourself off, committing to failing smarter the next time, and then going at it again, you have accomplished all we are about to celebrate. I hope you know that as your coaches, administrators, staff, and friends, we are as proud of you for all your failures, all that learning and trying, developing and growing, as we are for your accomplishments and accolades. It's what makes you who you are, and it's what makes us proud that you're a general. Thank you. So let's get started. First, here are some numbers from the classroom. As of today, W&L has 594 total student athletes. 103 of you are multi-sport athletes. 46 of you had a 4.0 in the 24-25 academic year, not including spring term. 39 of you earned a 4.0 in both fall and winter. It does not include study abroad. 148 of you earned a 4.0 in either the fall or the winter term. 81 in the fall term, 106 in the winter term. 505 total students earned W&L Scholar Athlete Awards in either the fall or winter term, or both. 443 of you earned W&L Scholar Athlete in both fall and winter. 416 W&L Scholar Athlete Awards were awarded in the fall term, and 431 were awarded in winter term. Clearly, you've dedicated yourself to the student portion of the student-athlete identity. Congratulations. So now turn your attention to the screen because we're excited to show you the Year in Review video.
Easier
And one last bit of news, I learned today that WNL has won 2 of the 3 ODAC Commissioners' Cups for the year, the Women's Sports Cup and the Cup for Overall Excellence. This is the 23rd straight year that WNL has won the Overall Excellence Award. Congratulations. Now I invite our NCAA Faculty Athletics representative, Matt Tuckler, to the podium.
Thank you. So I hope I'm not too loud. You all are an inspiration. I love watching you compete and all that you accomplish on the field, but it was fun getting to brag about all of you to the faculty and talk to them about all these academic accomplishments. So hats off to you. It's very impressive, and I'm very pleased to be associated with all of you. So since 1984, the Richard Miller Physical Education Department Scholarship has been presented annually to a WNL student who demonstrates excellence of performance in physical education classes and has completed the PE requirement. Recently, as recipients of the scholarship include Jonathan Carranza Cortez, he won it in 2024, and then Jacopos Gagliati, who was awarded in 2023. This year's recipient was nominated by head volleyball coach Brian Snyder, who said, "Roman showed up every day with great attitude and with a big smile. He gave his best effort in every drill, always looking to improve, and brought great energy to every game, competing hard while encouraging everyone around him. He was truly a joy to have in class, especially if he took those same attitudes into the classroom. That would be wonderful." So please join me in congratulating the 2025 recipient of the Richard Miller Physical Education Department Award, Roman Schlichter. It's too bad I didn't go here, because maybe I could have gotten this, because I didn't play any sports. All right. Oh, here he is. Okay, here he comes.
Now it's my pleasure to present the R.E. Chubb Yakel Service Award. Established in 1986, the Chubb Yakel Award is presented annually to the individual within the university community who has made outstanding contributions to the Department of Athletics and Physical Education. Recent recipients of this prestigious award include former student commenters Andrew Arnold, Jack Hunter, and Sean Lee, and longtime men's lacrosse and football coach Chuck O'Connell. This year's recipient, Tim Hill, has spent the past 8 years as a vital member of the outdoor facilities crew at Washington and Lee, where he took great pride in caring for the tennis courts. But what set Tim apart wasn't just the exceptional standard of his work, it was the spirit with which he did it. He showed up each day with a quiet determination, never asking for recognition, always willing to go above and beyond. He hung windscreens, set up nets, and kept the indoor facility immaculate, all with an infectious smile on his face. Tim didn't just prepare courts, he built relationships. He took the time to learn the names of every tennis player, to ask how they were doing, and to make each one feel seen and supported. His presence made the tennis team feel like members of his family. Recently, Tim had to step away from his position to take care of his health. It has been an absolute privilege to have worked and served beside him. He is deeply respected and genuinely loved by our students and coaches alike for the care he brought to everything he touched. In every way, Tim has been an asset to the tennis program and the broader athletics department, making each better simply by being who he is. Tim is currently facing a tremendous personal battle, but even in the face of adversity, his character continues to shine. His impact reaches far beyond our courts, and in the words of Erin Ness, head coach of women's tennis and senior woman administrator, Tim is and always will be a true member of the W&L tennis family. This year's R.E. Chubb Yackel Award winner is Tim Hill, former W&L Facilities staff member. And now I turn the program over to Alex Miller for the Lefty Newell Award.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and congratulations to all of our winners. Members of the W&L community, it is my pleasure to present the J.L. Lefty Newell Award. Established in 1984, the Lefty Newell Award is presented annually to a non-playing student who has served W&L teams as an outstanding volunteer and contributed to the success of those teams. Recent recipients of this prestigious award include Duncan Hart, class of 2024, and Hannah Wendell, class of 2023. The winner of the 2025 award is senior Bradford Bush. Come on down, Bradford. Bradford is a 3-year manager and student assistant for the volleyball team. Associate Director of Athletics Brian Snyder said this about Bradford in his nomination. Bradford served as our team manager and student assistant for 3 seasons, making an outstanding impact on our program. During his sophomore year, he even returned to campus early for preseason to get to know the team and learn the playbook. He consistently took on a wide range of responsibilities, including running drills, managing the scoreboard and clock, keeping stats, assisting with video, and more. In practices, he relayed defensive calls to the team based on both our and our opponent's rotation. Bradford frequently traveled with us, and on multiple occasions, when he couldn't ride the team bus due to class or other commitments, he drove himself to the matches to ensure that he could still support the team. His dedication, reliability, and support were invaluable to both the players and the coaching staff. Congratulations, Bradford.
I want to thank the Brookby family for their generous support of this awards ceremony. Former student athletes Harry Brookby, class of 1966, his brother Bo, class of 72, and their mother, Mrs. Harry Brookby, gave a generous gift to Washington and Lee Athletics as an expression of their love and appreciation for the university, and to honor what W&L Athletics has meant to them and their family throughout their lives. Their gift helped sponsor this event. The Brookbys are not here this evening, but let's thank them for their generosity with a round of applause. In the category of It Takes a Village, we want to take time to point out all the amazing people who do all the behind-the-scenes work to make sure you're able to practice and compete every day. Most of them dislike public recognition, but they take great personal pride in their work because they take great pride in you and how you represent W&L. Please turn your attention to the screen while we recognize them. Administrative assistants Denise Bachelor and Carolyn Mayo, with a shout out to Danny Wallace, who is temporarily filling in for Denise. Certified athletic trainers, Josh Williamson, Matt Phillips, Katie Shank, Janelle Kratz, Brian Duclos, and Giovanna Lansdowne. Athletics Equipment Crew, Shamar Brandy, Manager, Debbie Brown, and John Roberts. Equipment and Facilities Maintenance Crews, Outdoor Crew, J.B. Harris, Matthew Nicely, Ethan DeSilvi, Jared King, Sam Bowles, and Josh Jones. Indoor Crew, Tasha Sorrells, William Hicks, Courtney Coffey, Michelle Hostetter, Trevor Ventola, and Josh Jones. Strength and Conditioning Fitness Center, Dave Foreman, Aaron Gibson, Kat Rossi, and Patty Colleton. And to the people who make all this and all that record-setting statistical work possible through their tireless efforts throughout the year, our Athletics Communications Office, Director Sydney Anderson, Associate Director Will Wallace, Assistant Director Matt Aker, and Athletic Broadcaster and Multimedia Creative Specialist Ryan Connell. We have a few friends we'd like to recognize as they depart W&L and move into the next stage of their careers. Debbie Brown, who you just saw on the screen, recently retired as of last Friday. She served 17 years as an equipment assistant in our department, and she was an integral part of the equipment room and in keeping your laundry clean and the equipment organized. Debbie's not here tonight, but she would, I know, love to know that you are thankful for her service. So let's give her a round of applause. Dean of the College, Sean Kimber. Dean Kimber will be departing W&L to become the Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of Faculty at Pitzer College in California. Throughout her years and her role, Dean Kimber has been a behind-the-scenes and steadfast friend and supporter of our physical education faculty and the PE requirement. We will miss her wise counsel, her sense of humor, and her friendship. Dean Kimber could not be here tonight, but I ask that you join me in a round of applause to thank her for her support and service. And Gordon Reistrup. Gordon, Associate Professor of Physical Education, Head Coach of Riding, will be retiring at the end of June. Gordon has served in this role for 19 years and has left an indelible mark on the equestrian program. A Virginia Horse Shows Association Hall of Famer, under Gordon's guidance, the team rose to prominence within the Intercollegiate Horse Shows Association and the Old Dominion Athletic Conference. His impressive coaching resume includes ODAC Team Championships in 2014 and 2022, ODAC Coach of the Year in 2014 and 2022, IHSA Zone 4 Region 2 Team Championship in 2022, 37 all ODAC rider selections, 2 ODAC Riders of the Year, 5 ODAC Rookies of the Year, 7 ODAC Scholar Athletes of the Year, and multiple trips and victories at IHSA Regional, Zone, and National Championships for individual qualifiers. Since he arrived at W&L, our riding program has grown in stature and competitiveness because of his passionate commitment to our student athletes and the equine athletes. From supporting our program on his private farm to being actively involved in the equestrian world on a regional and national level, we have benefited greatly from Gordon's unmatched professionalism, dedication to excellence, and heartfelt devotion to the people and the horses. Gordon, would you please stand? He's here. There he is. Let's give him a round of applause. Please accept our deepest gratitude for a job well done. Now I turn the podium over to Mackenzie Kane.
Thank you, Jan. My name is Mackenzie Kane. I am a senior on the W&L women's golf team, and I'm also the sideline sports reporter covering Generals athletics. And over the past 3 years, I have had the absolute privilege of putting a microphone in your faces after buzzer beaters and walk-offs and even heartbreakers. Coaches, players, you have answered every single one of my questions. Even after you were still hoarse from yelling on the field, drenched from the rain, or just holding back tears of joy. I'm truly so grateful to have been a small part of such an incredible athletic program, and I can't thank you guys enough. I truly have had the best seat in the house watching you guys play with so much heart and grit and pride week in and week out. I don't know where my career will take me, but I do know that it all started right here with the Generals, and for that I thank you. This evening I have the honor of presenting the 2 Student Vote Awards, Play of the Year and Performance of the Year. These moments made us leap out of our seats, lose our voices, and reminded us why we all fell in love with college sports to begin with. So without further ado, the nominees for Play of the Year are Elliot Cohen and James Haley of men's lacrosse and their game-winning overtime goal against the University of Lynchburg, earning the team its 13th ODAC championship title. Tade Omishore of Generals Wrestling and his 7-second pin during the team's senior night matchup. Tade broke the program record for fastest pin by 3 seconds, which was set over 40 years ago. Olivia Warr of women's cross country and her run at the NCAA championship. She led the Generals with a 9th place finish, clocking a time of 21 minutes and 13 seconds. And finally, Mary Slicener of WNL women's basketball, breaking the ODAC career rebounding record against Guilford College. She walked onto the court needing 23, and she left with 25, etching her name at the top of the leaderboard, all before the end of her junior year. Please direct your attention to the screen as we relive these plays once more. But it's the compilation of these individual plays that makes the season extra memorable. So with that, the nominees for Performance of the Year are Jonathan McEwen of WNL Men's Golf and his 12 under par performance at the conference championship, breaking both the ODAC and WNL 54-hole scoring record. Generals Volleyball and their Sweet 16 sweep over Christopher Newport University, claiming their first regional championship title in program history. Generals Women's Track and Field for their year-long performance, winning the ODAC championship title in cross-country, indoor, and outdoor track and field, marking the first Triple Crown in program history. And finally, Generals Men's Soccer, after starting the season 1-3 overall, rattled off a program record 20 straight games without a loss including a 3-2 win over 6th-ranked Dickinson College in the national quarterfinals to advance to their 3rd NCAA Final Four in the last 4 seasons. Once again, I ask that you turn your attention to the screen so we can experience these dominating performances yet again. Oh, congratulations to all of our nominees. At this time, go ahead and scan the QR code behind me to cast your vote. I wish you all the best of luck. I'll be back up towards the end of the program to announce the winners. Thank you.
You can vote if you want.
WNL community members, it is my pleasure to present the Wink Glasgow Spirit and Sportsmanship Award. Established in 1959, the Wink Glasgow Award is presented annually to the WNL senior who has demonstrated the highest qualities of true WNL spirit and sportsmanship. It is the embodiment of what it means to be a general. Recent recipients of this prestigious award include Eugenie Rowinho, class of 2024, and Shek Torre, class of 2023. Please direct your attention to the screen for the announcement of our award finalists and our Wink Glasgow Spirit and Sportsmanship Award winner for 2025.
The finalists for the 2025 Wink Glasgow Spirit and Sportsmanship Award are Mackenzie Kane, women's golf, Reedy Warwick, women's lacrosse, Maddie Weller, volleyball. This year's recipient of the Wink Glasgow Spirit and Sportsmanship Award is a native of Lutz, Florida, and is a member of the women's golf team. On top of being a 4-year member of the women's golf program, she's become extremely recognizable at Washington and Lee sporting events as a reporter for the Rockbridge Report, 91.5 FM WLUR, and her podcast, Chick with a Mic. She has reported, anchored, and produced over 50 packages for the Rockbridge Report, with her primary focus of covering the WNL athletic teams. She's also taken the initiative to create her own podcast, Chick with a Mic, where she has had numerous coaches, athletes, and members of the department on to hear their stories. She has even done more interview segments and feature pieces for social media, highlighting some of the top stories in Generals athletics. WNL Director of Athletic Communications Sydney Anderson says she has brought an incredible level of energy, professionalism, and a genuine passion to covering Washington and Lee athletics. As a 4-year member of the women's golf team, she offered a unique athlete's perspective in every package she has produced. Her commitment to shining a spotlight on all 24 of our programs and our fellow student athletes has left a lasting mark on the WNL and Rockbridge community. This year's recipient of the Wink Glasgow Spirit and Sportsmanship Award is senior women's golfer Mackenzie Kane.
I now turn the microphone over to Dean Fred LaRiviere to present the Outstanding First Year Athlete Award.
Good evening, everyone. It is my pleasure to present the Outstanding First Year Athlete Awards. Established in 1960, the Outstanding First Year Athlete Awards are presented annually to a men's sport athlete and a women's sport athlete, showing the most athletic ability through their participation in varsity sports. Attitude, spirit, and sportsmanship are emphasized in selecting the recipient. Recent men's sports recipients include Jonathan McEwen in 2024 and Dalton Job in 2023. Please direct your attention to the screen for the announcement of our award finalists and the
finalists for the 2025 Outstanding First Year Men's Sport Athlete Award are Connor Amorosi, men's basketball, Tim Kaufman, men's golf, Carter Stack, wrestling. This year's men's sport recipient of the Outstanding First Year Athlete Award is a native of Oakwood, Ohio, and is a member of the wrestling team. This season, he was one of the top first years in the Old Dominion Athletic Conference and the entire South region. He put together an impressive 30-9 overall record, which saw him finish on the podium at a handful of tournaments throughout the season. He opened his college career with a second-place showing at the Messiah Invitational, going 4-1 in the opening weekend. He carried that momentum into the second tournament of the season the very next week at the Rassich Rumble, winning the 285-pound weight class, including a win by technical fall in the first-place match. Then put together a 5-0 weekend at the Bud Whitehill Duels, where he won 2 matches by fall, 2 by major decision, and 1 by technical fall. His best individual tournament came at the 2025 ODAC Championship in February, where he ran through the heavyweight division, winning all 3 matches, including the first-place match by fall, to secure the ODAC Championship at heavyweight. Just a few weeks later at the NCAA Regional Championship, he placed 5th, going 4-2 across 6 matches to conclude the season. Finished his first year with a 30-9 record, winning 10 matches by fall, 9 by technical fall, and 4 by major decision. He adds an individual ODAC championship, a 5th-place finish at regionals, and a first-team all-conference citation to his resume. This year's Outstanding First-Year Men's Sport Athlete Award recipient is wrestler Carter Stack.
Congratulations, Carter. And now for the announcement of the finalists and the winner of the 2025 Women's Sport recipient of the Outstanding First Year Athlete Award.
The finalists for the 2025 Outstanding First Year Women's Sport Athlete Award are Celia Bredehoff, women's swimming, Sarah Donnelly, women's tennis, Megan Zimmerman, women's soccer, and women's basketball. This year's women's sport recipient of the Outstanding First Year Athlete Award is a native of Cincinnati, Ohio, and is a dual sport athlete who's on both the women's soccer and women's basketball teams. Her impact on the soccer field was immediate this fall as she started all 23 games for the Generals, scoring 8 goals and adding a pair of assists. She ranked second on the team in both goals and points, and she had 4 game-winning goals this fall. Some of her best moments came in the biggest games of the year. In the opening weekend of the season, she scored a goal and assisted on another in a 2-0 win over number 20 William Smith. In the opening round of the NCAA tournament, she scored a pair of goals in a 3-0 defeat of Farmingdale State, the first NCAA tournament win for women's soccer since 2009. She helped the Blue and White have one of the best seasons in program history, compiling a 22-1 overall record, a 10-0 mark in conference play, an ODAC championship, NCAA Sweet 16 appearance, and breaking a host of program records. On the hardwood, she played in 24 games for the women's basketball team, scoring close to 5 points a game while shooting nearly 49% from the floor and helping the Generals go 25-5 and reach the second round of the NCAA tournament. Altogether, she was named the ODAC Women's Soccer Rookie of the Year, a first-team All-Conference selection, and a second-team All-Region citation by the United Soccer Coaches, while helping 2 different programs reach the NCAA tournament. This year's Outstanding First-Year Women's Sport Athlete Award recipient is women's soccer and women's basketball player Megan Zimmerman.
Selection, a second-team All-Region citation by the United Soccer Coaches, while helping 2 different programs reach the NCAA tournament. This year's Outstanding First-Year Women's Sport.
Congratulations, Megan. And I would like to turn the program over to Provost Hill, who will present the William McHenry Scholar Athlete of the Year Awards.
Good evening. It is my pleasure to ask all and to celebrate with all of you as we present this award. And I have to say, as the Chief Academic Officer, I am particularly excited to present this William D. McHenry Scholar Athlete Awards. Established in 1986, the McHenry Scholar Athlete Awards are presented annually to a men's sport and women's sport student athlete who has excelled in both the classroom and the field of play. The awardees must have a cumulative grade point average of at least a 3.5 and must have made outstanding contributions to intercollegiate athletics at W&L. Recent women's sports recipients include Sydney Hefner, class of 2024, and Tess Meneses, class of 2023. Please direct your attention to the screen for the announcement of our award finalist and the 2025 Women's Sport recipient of the William McHenry Scholar Athlete Award.
The finalists for the William McHenry Women's Sports Scholar Athlete Award are Jenna Bernstein, field hockey; Libby Ford, women's lacrosse; Avery Myers, volleyball. This year's women's sport recipient of the William McHenry Scholar Athlete Award is a native of Denver, Colorado, and is a co-captain of the women's lacrosse team. She has been a force on defense for the Generals during her time in Lexington, leading the Blue and White to 4 ODAC championships. Over her 4-year career, she has played in 73 games, making 45 starts, notching 107 ground balls and 60 caused turnovers. After coming off the bench each of her first 2 seasons, she found a starting spot on defense during her junior year, starting all 22 games while scooping up 33 ground balls, forcing 14 turnovers, and adding an assist. She was named to the ODAC All-Tournament team as the Generals won a 14th straight ODAC title and reached the quarterfinals of the NCAA tournament for the 4th time in program history. In her senior season this spring, she was a captain who started all 23 games, leading the Generals with 62 ground balls and 41 caused turnovers. She was named the ODAC Defensive Player of the Year, a first-team All-Conference selection, and a member of the All-Tournament team, as well as being first-team All-Region and a USA Lacrosse Magazine first-team All-American. She helped the Blue and White win a 15th consecutive conference title and reach the 3rd round of the NCAA tournament for a 6th straight season. Off the field, the history, sociology, and anthropology double major and data science minor is a member of the Phi Beta Kappa Honor Society. She is involved with WLU Neighbor Share, Habitat for Humanity, and the Generals Repair Club. She is also a 6-time W&L Scholar Athlete, a 3-time Academic All-ODAC selection, and has been named to the President's List 3 times. This year's William McHenry Women's Sports Scholar Athlete Award recipient is senior women's lacrosse player Libby Ford.
Congratulations, Libby. And now the announcement of the finalist and the winner of the 2025 Men's Sport recipient of the William McHenry Scholar Athlete Award. Recent men's sport.
The finalists for the William McHenry Men's Sports Scholar Athlete Award are Hillis Burns, men's lacrosse, Matthew Fritz, men's swimming, Elias Malikoff, men's golf. This year's men's sport recipient of the William McHenry Scholar Athlete Award is a native of Louisville, Kentucky, and is a member of the men's lacrosse team. He's proven to be one of the best players in program history, leading the Generals to 2 ODAC championships and 4 trips to the NCAA tournament. Over his 4-year career, he has played in 67 games, making 63 starts while compiling 152 goals, 96 assists, 79 ground balls, and 248 points on attack. After playing in just 10 games during his first season, he had a breakout sophomore season where he added a career-high 81 points on 52 goals and 29 assists, earning second-team All-ODAC, honorable mention All-Region, and honorable mention All-American honors while ranking top 5 in the conference in goals and points. In his junior season, he started 19 games, scoring 46 goals and adding 30 assists for 76 points. He once again garnered second-team All-ODAC, honorable mention All-Region, and honorable mention All-American honors while sending the Generals to the national semifinals for the first time since 2002 by scoring the overtime game-winning goal against number 1 Salisbury. This spring, he became just the 6th player in program history to record over 150 goals, while also moving up to 3rd all-time in career points with 248, leading the Generals to their 13th ODAC championship. He was named first-team All-ODAC, a third-team All-American by USA Lacrosse Magazine, and helped the Blue and White reach the 3rd round of the NCAA tournament for a 3rd straight season. Off the field, the Business Administration and Mathematics double major received the L.K. Johnson Rosasco Scholarship each of the last 2 years. He's also a 7-time WNL Scholar Athlete, a 3-time ODAC All-Academic Selection, and was this year's Men's Lacrosse ODAC Scholar Athlete of the Year. This year's William McHenry Men's Sports Scholar Athlete Award recipient is senior men's lacrosse player Hillis Burns.
Congratulations, Hillis. It's now my pleasure to invite Mackenzie Kane back to the stage. And I'd also like to ask you to join me in wishing someone a very special birthday. It is President Dudley's birthday today. So if you could wish him a warm, happy birthday.
We have reached the moment we've all been waiting for, the announcement of the winners of the title of Play of the Year and Performance of the Year. So, without further ado. Oh, it's on the inside. The award for Play of the Year is Men's Lacrosse. Cool. And the award for Performance of the Year is Jonathan McEwen. Congratulations to our winners. Thank you again for a truly memorable season. And at this time, I'd like to turn the podium over to the birthday boy, President Dudley.
Thank you, Mackenzie, and thank you, Provost Hill. It's my pleasure to present the Preston R. Brown Most Valuable Athlete Awards. Established in 1954, the Press Brown Awards are presented to the most outstanding and most valuable senior men's and women's sport athletes. It's awarded to athletes who excel in sportsmanship and contribute the most to athletics based on their overall performance and proficiency during their college career. Recent men's sports recipients are Robert DeCibio, class of 24, and Ryan Luth, class of 23. Please direct your attention to the screen for the announcement of the award finalists and the men's recipient.
The finalists for the 2025 Press Brown Most Valuable Men's Sport Athlete Award are Wayme Agba men's soccer, Hillis Burns, men's lacrosse, Jalen Todd, football. This year's men's sport recipient of the Press Brown Most Valuable Athlete Award is a native of Atlanta, Georgia, and is a 4-year letter winner of the men's soccer team. He had an immediate impact on the men's soccer program, appearing in all 22 games, making 20 starts during his first season. He added 5 goals and 6 assists, while helping the Generals climb to number 1 in the national rankings for the first time in program history. He was named the ODAC Rookie of the Year and a second-team All-Conference selection as the Generals reached the national semifinals for the first time ever. During his sophomore campaign, he started all 22 games, exploding for 16 goals and 6 assists for 38 points, helping the Blue and White capture the 2022 ODAC Championship. During the postseason run, he scored at least 1 goal in all 6 ODAC or NCAA tournament games, en route to grabbing first-team All-ODAC and first-team All-Region citations, while being named the most outstanding player of the ODAC tournament. In his junior season, he was a team captain who started all 25 games for the Generals, pumping in 13 goals and 6 assists. He was named the 2023 ODAC Offensive Player of the Year, first-team All-Conference, first-team All-Region, and was a third-team All-American by the United Soccer Coaches. The highlight of his junior season was helping the Generals reach the Final Four for the second time in 3 seasons, as he scored one of the decisive penalty kicks that sent WNL back to the national semifinals. His senior season only enhanced his positioning as one of the most decorated players in program history. For his second straight season, he was the ODAC Player of the Year, scoring 14 goals and adding 7 assists while starting all 25 games. He was once again first-team All-ODAC, first-team All-Region, and a United Soccer Coaches second-team All-American. He helped power the Generals to the 2024 ODAC Championship, and led them back to the Final Four for the 3rd time in 4 seasons, while becoming the all-time leading scorer in WNL men's soccer history. All in all, he has helped the team compile a 64, 13, and 18 overall record, capture 2 ODAC championships, and reach the national semifinals 3 times in 4 seasons. He finishes his career with 95 games played, making 93 starts, scoring 48 goals, and adding 25 assists for a program record 121 points. This year's recipient of the Press Brown Most Valuable Men's Sport Athlete Award is senior men's soccer player Wami Agbe.
And now for the announcement of the finalists and the winner of the 2025 Women's recipient of the Press Brown Award.
The finalists for the 2025 Press Brown Most Valuable Women's Sport Athlete Award are Allie Buckles, volleyball; Kat Caples, women's lacrosse; Ashley D'Ambrosia, women's track and field. This year's women's sport recipient of the Press Brown Most Valuable Athlete Award is a native of Portland, Oregon, and a member of the volleyball team. As a setter, she's earned 4 letters, appeared in 133 matches, and has made 107 starts for the Generals. She played in 34 matches as a rookie in 2021, making 24 starts, adding 30 aces and 256 digs for an ODAC championship winning team. In her sophomore season, she was again quite active in the Generals rotation, appearing in 30 matches. She registered 33 aces, 269 digs, and chipped in 170 assists as the secondary setter. In her junior season in 2023, she became the #1 setter for the Blue and White, posting 1,110 assists, 412 digs, 49 blocks, and 40 aces, while playing in all 33 matches for WNL. She was named first-team All-ODAC and a member of the All-Tournament team as the Generals won the 2023 ODAC Championship. Her senior campaign is amongst the top single seasons in program history. She was named the 2024 ODAC Player of the Year as she registered 1,271 assists, the 4th most in a single season in program history. Throw in 431 digs, 49 blocks, and 40 aces. She was first-team All-Conference and a member of the All-Tournament team as the Generals repeated as ODAC champions. In the NCAA tournament, she was the Newport News Regional's most outstanding player as the Generals won their first regional championship in program history to advance to the NCAA quarterfinals. On top of all that, she grabbed first-team All-Region recognition and was named a AVCA second-team All-American. During her time with the Generals, the team compiled a 102-33 overall record, won 3 ODAC championships, and were regional champions for the first time ever this fall. Individually, she ranks 3rd all-time in sets played, 4th in career assists, and 11th in program history in career digs. This year's Press Brown Most Valuable Women's Sport Athlete Award recipient is senior volleyball player Allie Buckles.
And for our final award of the evening, we have the Athlete of the Year Award. Established in 2022, the Athlete of the Year is presented annually to the W&L student athlete who achieved the most through athletic competition in a single academic year. Please direct your attention to the screen for the finalists and the winner of the Athlete of the Year Award.
The finalists for the 2024-25 Athlete of the Year Award are Jonathan McEwen, men's golf; Mary Sleisner, women's basketball; Olivia Warr, women's cross country and track and field. The recipient of the 4th Annual Athlete of the Year Award is a native of Portsmouth, Virginia, and is a member of the men's golf team. After being named the 2024 NCAA Division III Phil Mickelson Outstanding Freshman of the Year in his first season, he has had a record-setting sophomore campaign. He has been the top-ranked golfer in Division III for nearly half of the 2024-25 season and has been top 3 in the nation since October. He has played in 8 events so far this year, finishing top 3 in 6 of them, highlighted by 5 individual victories, the most in a single season in program history. He has etched his name all over the record books this year, resetting the program's individual 54-hole scoring record twice, breaking the team's combined 18, 36, and 54-hole scoring records, has led the Generals to a program-best 3 tournament wins, and has helped them climb to the #1 ranking in Division III men's golf this season for the first time ever. In 22 rounds this season, he has shot even par or better 20 times, has put together a scoring average of 68.1, and has not finished a tournament this season worse than 2 under par. Just a few weeks ago at the 2025 ODAC Championship, he captured the individual ODAC title with a 54-hole score of 12 under, a new ODAC and W&L scoring record for 54 holes. He was named the ODAC Player of the Year, First Team All-Conference, a Ping All-Region selection, and a finalist for the Jack Nicklaus Division III National Golfer of the Year Award, as he enters this week's national championship as the top-ranked individual for the second-ranked team in the country. Total, McEwen has broken 6 program records, taking the men's golf program to a new all-time high, and tries to become just the 2nd player in program history to win the individual national championship this week in upstate New York. This year's 2024-25 Athlete of the Year Award recipient is sophomore men's golfer Jonathan McEwen.
Jonathan's not here because he's competing at NCAAs as we speak, so let's wish him and the team well. I'm going to hand it off to Athletic Director Jan Hathorn to close out the ceremony.
All right, just a few things before we wrap up. We will try to get a all-athlete photo, so we need everybody to move into the bleachers, and if you're in the bleachers and you're not a student athlete, you need to move out. And then if you won a major award tonight, we need to remain after the all-athlete photo so that we can have some individual pictures of you as winners. And then there's dinner in the dining hall, Evans Dining Hall, immediately after all the photos are taken. So thank you for an outstanding year. Thank you for being here tonight. Go Generals.